Hey, it's Josh from Clutter Magazine. You're watching Toy Geeks Behind the Counter.
It's time for another episode of Toy Geeks. This is episode 20, and I am behind the counter. Ah, that was stupid.
That's terrible. That was the worst one ever.
God, that was awful. Hello, fellow Toy Geeks. Welcome to another episode of Behind the Counter. I'm Ben.
I'm George.
And I'm Jack.
And we are behind the counter.
Actually, we're behind the pops right
There's
now.
a lot of stuff going on
We'll
here.
get to that.
Let's get to that right now.
No, we have to first remind the people, our fellow audience, and maybe first-time viewers on a couple of things. If you're watching this, then hopefully you may subscribe to us, and like us, and follow us, and share us. Yes?
I don't care.
George doesn't care. So, don't forget to do that. Just a little reminder. We are still in the month of May, and we have an Artist of the Month, and that artist is...
God Beast! Dan.
And if you guys haven't checked out God Beast's work, then do so already. The website is right there for them to look at, and we have some stuff on the shelf.
And you missed it because if you're watching this, it's on the last day that you can possibly see it. So you missed seeing it in the store. So now you have to order some and look at it in person.
Yeah, go to the website, support the artist, support our Artist of the Month. And if you have an artist that you would like us to look at as a potential Artist of the Month, please tell us. You can do so by going on Facebook and go to our page and, like it. And then just put up a post and say, like, I think the Artist of the Month should be so-and-so. And don't forget to tag the artist, too.
But what if I don't have Facebook?
Well, then...
Get out of the 90s and get a Facebook.
Well, then maybe they can do it on, like, Instagram or Twitter or something.
Nope. It's a Facebook.
Facebook only. You're missing out.
These guys are
Facebook
harsh.
is free and will always be.
Remember, I went to bat for you. I tried. So now I guess you have to go on Facebook.
So, Ben, why are all these pops here?
I don't know. Are we throwing them away? Is that what we're doing? Are we going to trash them? That's why they're here?
No,
Normally...
These three are mine.
Oh, you can have them.
Normally, we don't have a bunch of pops all over the place, but we've had a lot of feedback on this. See this thing called YouTube, where people can leave comments. You can do that too
They can
right
leave
now.
comments, yeah.
You are the people. And we've had some people, they want to know what our opinions are on these pop vinyl toys, these Funko Pops. So here they are.
All right.
Who wants to go first? Ben?
All right. So
I can go and just put the whole thing to bed if you want.
No.
So here's the deal. A lot of people collect pop. And
Hey, Funko guys. All you Funko collectors, watch this.
No! Oh my God! No! Now it's worthless.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
There's some pop out there that go for a lot of money. Okay?
Which is a problem.
And I don't know.
So first of all, start. What is
So when
this?
Pop came out,
Go.
so Pop came out from a company called Funko, which used to do just bobbleheads. And
Hello.
Articulated.
I know. We'll get there.
and they decided that we're gonna make these fun-looking vinyl collectible figures. And they started with a couple of licenses, and people were like, awesome! And they did like a lot of Disney stuff, and people started collecting. And then there were more licenses, and more licenses, and more, and more. And now it's like, you walk into any toy store, and they have like a wall. Not even a toy store, you can walk into a Hot Topic, and they'll have a wall, like massive wall, of these pop vinyl, and there's like pop movies, and then there's pop, and then there's like
Pop rocks.
pop rocks. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff going on. There it is. And
So is this your opinion on them? I haven't
What's
heard
your opinion on
them.
this?
okay, so here's where it becomes a little like weird for me or troublesome for me.
Okay.
People take these in and they buy these and they treat them like they're art collectible figures. Like the same thing that we're going to be reviewing later on in the show. They treat these the same way as those.
And that's a problem. Just say it, man. Just say
I
it.
don't
Hey,
believe
it's
that.
just us here. You can just
And
say
them.
It.
They're watching us.
There's like 8 people watching.
No one watches.
No.
Oh, all right. Well, that's
Say what you want.
That's fine. So I don't believe that, but there's a lot of people that do, and it's like when I tell people like, oh yeah, I collect vinyl collectible figures. It's like, yeah, I've got tons of pop. I'm like, I don't collect pop.
But it's not true.
But
because you do collect
but
pop.
here's the thing: they have so many licenses that yes, they have Back to the Future pop,
you
and I
have
bought.
to.
But I don't treat those things like
You play with them, or do you put them on a shelf?
I
Are
put
they
them
in
on
your
my
co-
Back to the Future shelf.
Okay, so where's the line that says it's not a vinyl toy, art toy that you can display?
But I
and it's
also
a
have
pop?
the Back to the Future original, like one of a kind toys that.
So by that rationale, you're saying is that you can have a pop as long as you also have art toy. You can't just have a pop collection. So you're against someone that just has a pop collection.
No, I'm not against anything.
I know that.
I
That's
love-
what I'm trying to pull.
I love
out of you.
everyone. I love you guys. Thank
All right.
you.
What about you, George? What do you think about it? The vinyl pop phenomena.
The pops, here's the thing. Like Ben was saying, the people that have a problem in our designer toy scene, the people that have a problem with pops are thinking that these are designer vinyl toys. What they're not realizing is these are mass market production toys.
You know what my favorite part is? So I'm a Loot Crate subscriber, and George brought this to my attention.
Okay.
Okay. Do you know how many Loot Crate subscribers there are?
No.
How many Loot Crate?
Hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds of thousands. Okay. Loot Crate sometimes puts a pop vinyl into their box.
Not
and
anymore.
Not anymore.
Funko does their own box now.
Of course.
Oh, that's right. But they used
But
to.
they
back
used to,
when
so
they
then
used
when they
to.
did.
And they used to call it a Loot Crate exclusive, and people were like, "Oh my God, this is so limited." How many subscribers are there?
Let's just pretend there's 200,000.
Okay.
It's more than that, but
Right.
let's just pretend there's only 200,000.
Okay.
That means there's 200,000
Right.
Loot Crate pop exclusives
Right.
out there, which is probably more.
It's more than almost all toys get made. Mass
So-
market even.
the main question is because there's a divide there about what is an art toy, what is a regular toy, what is exclusive, what can be played with, what can be put on a shelf, what can be collectible. Basically, anything can be a collectible. But what the people want to know is, do we consider this an art toy? Because technically speaking, we've done 20 episodes. This is episode 20. We have not talked about one of these.
Here's the thing. These are not art toys. These are toys.
Okay.
They're toys.
Okay.
That's right. They're toys.
But could it be an introduction to art toys? Could it be an
People
introduction to
people
vinyl
that
toys?
buy these may end up liking the aesthetics of art toys and have an easier time grabbing onto the aesthetics of art toys because a lot of art toys are dumbed down so much
Right.
that they're just like this.
Yeah.
They're just this smooth, dumb thing that
Right.
artists think like an art toy has to be a smooth shape.
Right.
And for some reason artists think that, even though it doesn't have to do that.
So here's the thing. To me, not everybody can afford those big, expensive vinyl art toys from the artist, blah, blah, blah. Another thing is that not all of these licenses are available in those shapes and sizes. So, for example, if you're a movie fan, if you're a cult movie reference fan, I mean, come on, David Levinson, Independence Day, Jeff Goldblum.
Come on.
You can't get this anywhere else. Can you get this?
Talladega Nights.
Wiki Booby, right? So, for example, somebody collects art toys, but they also like Talladega Nights. This is a perfect little collection for them. Now, this is not like, oh, shelf worthy. Let's talk about it on the show or anything. But I'm not against the vinyl pops. What I'm saying is, they're affordable and anybody can collect them. And like you said, yeah, they're all exactly the same. Two little black dots and the little eyebrows and the head. That means that they get away with getting licenses from everybody, every movie, every likeness. They don't have to pay anybody.
Now, here's the thing. Just like at mass market toy companies, there are artists behind this.
Right.
And artists are working on these things. There's no credit given to the artists, just like mass market toys.
Right.
These are mass market toys. They're not art toys. Just because an artist is working on it doesn't mean that artist has to have credit on a thing. Like, all the toys out there are made by artists. Like, there's tons of artists you don't know who are awesome artists who are working on all of these toys for mass market toys.
Every toy in Toys R Us and
also,
Target
just
has
because you work on a toy like that looks like an art toy doesn't mean you're trying to have a fine art career.
Right.
And doesn't mean you're trying to be this fine artist
It
who's
means you got
making
a
these
gig.
things. It means you're a working artist.
You're
That's
working,
what people
yeah.
want to do. So there's no reason, like, there's people who are like, I hate Funko, and Funko shouldn't be allowed near any designer vinyl. It's like, no, it's just another toy. Do you
Right.
like toys, or do you? And this goes back to that age-old problem we've had with there's art toy people and there's toy people,
Right.
and they're very different.
Right.
Art people are very different than toy people. Art
Yeah.
people only like art. They only collect art.
Right.
Toy people probably collect both.
Right.
Art people are a bunch of snobby jerks who are like, I only like art, blah, blah, blah. Like,
Hey, no,
buy what you
no,
like.
no, I don't.
No,
wanna
no,
be-
you're
don't
borderline.
Don't
You're borderline.
position me in that.
You're borderline.
No, he's
look-
not, because he buys this stuff.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I,
But you have.
But he complains about it.
Yeah,
while
you
he
have a
buys it.
complaint. You have a about it. There's the art toy part of you goes but then the toy part of you is like, yeah, but look, they made this.
But all of these,
You see what I mean?
All of these right here are in 3D retro, and we
Right.
sell them at
Right.
3D retro.
Right.
And
Okay?
you're part of the problem of mixing it with art toys.
but he puts
But
them on
you
the
know
bottom
why?
shelf.
Because they sell.
They sell, and
Right.
people come
Dude,
into
look,
the store.
They wouldn't have gotten up to number 413 if they weren't
Of
good.
Bugs Bunny.
If someone
Yeah.
wasn't buying them and they weren't good.
Space
So,
Jam.
So Space Jam, Bugs Bunny. Here's but going back to the whole exclusivity thing. Okay, so the Wizard of Oz pops came out. I got the Dorothy. I said, you know what? These pops are kitschy and I like them. They're cool, but I'm gonna just get like one of every movie that I like. So I have Clockwork Orange, and I have Dorothy from Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
And now I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get the whole set. I want the Scarecrow, I want Lion, and I want Tin Man. They're nowhere to be found. And if I want to buy them, they're about $100 each. And now I'm looking and I'm like, oh look, they have a Hannibal Lecter, and oh look, they have a Reagan from The Exorcist, and oh look, now they're all horribly expensive. I should have gotten them, blah blah blah. So now they are exclusive collector's items, only on eBay, only on Amazon, and I cannot get them.
All right.
So so the line that we drew in saying art, toy, collectible, exclusive, blah 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 blah. Now it's just mush because of people buying them and selling them.
Just because they're being bought and resold higher prices doesn't make them exclusive or art toys.
All right.
They're still just
But
like you
collectible,
can find,
hard to find.
Look at there's Star Wars figures that are, if you get an old Star Wars figure in a package, it doesn't make it an art toy. It just makes it exclusive. And
I'm
hard
not
to
saying
find.
it's an art toy, but I'm saying the exclusivity.
Let's
of
go
it.
a different route.
Even Loot Crate, hey, 200,000, but
Anyone
now
remember
you see what I mean?
a certain toy called
Don't say Beanie Babies.
Beanie Babies? Everyone remember Beanie Babies?
Are you comparing these to Beanie Babies?
Yes. Yes, I'm comparing them to Beanie Babies. The only thing missing is when McDonald's is going to start putting these in their Happy Meals.
No, because Beanie Babies are not licensed property, and Beanie Babies were bought by old ladies. This is bought by everyone. These
No,
were
Beanie
bought-
Babies was a whole other phenomenon.
This
man. That
was these are bought by everyone because they're licensed movie properties. These are just toys. You guys have to start remembering. They're in Target. They're in Walmart. These are just toys. Like, they're not, and the only reason we're even talking about them because art toy places sell them, and comic shops sell them, and people that go to those kind of places think of those places as a different kind of toy than Target or Walmart. But look, everybody needs to make money. These things are currently selling. Everyone that sells toys has to sell these things.
I think I know why the reason why people get upset about pop.
because they're stupid.
because they go too
No.
far.
They go too far.
They go too far.
Or at least what happens is the people get upset because they feel that Funko has gone too far. Because they consider themselves loyal customers.
Right.
They consider themselves collectors. And they consider the product as a collectible, valuable product. And so when they start seeing that, or start feeling that I cannot keep up, there's just way too much. I started when there were only like this many of them, and they would release this many of them every month, and I had a budget, and I started collecting, and they were $10, and that was great. And then they did the Pop movies, and then they did the Pop Adorbs, and then they did the Pop Big Pop, and it's like, where does it stop?
Right.
And then they're even doing plush, and they're doing T-shirts, and they're doing cups, and they're doing pens, and these collectors
Because
are
they're a mass market company that makes mass market toys. Everything you're saying is mass market.
right.
So all these people need to get it out of their head that they're an independent collectible company.
But
They're
if
not.
but you see, here's the thing: like, if they weren't collectibles, then Jack would be able to pick up the rest of his Wizard of Oz figures
At any store.
at, let's say, $20 a piece instead of $100, because people are like
Flipping.
You have to get, and if there's a little dent, they are treating them like what we treat some of the collectible art toys.
Right.
But you're confusing collectible art toy with collectible toy. These are collectible toys.
Are they?
Yes.
Yeah, you just told me they were. What do you mean, are they?
You said you can't get them all. So that's our opinion on that.
Look, there's a lot of people upset about these. There's a lot of people that love them. There have been YouTube channels where the guys have been
Flooding the market.
What are you doing?
You're being flooded.
The people that are upset about
dry.
them
Hey,
are
hey.
ridiculous.
Hey,
There's your that is Ben in a nutshell. No, that's Ben in a Funko Pop.
God.
Seriously, this is what it feels like, right?
I guess what people need to understand is that, fine, if they are collectible, they need to understand that just like with any other toy, there's the 5% that are collectible and will be valuable, and then there's the 95% that will never be more valuable than what you probably purchased them for. Just like with any other toy.
Toy, not art toy.
Just like with any other toy.
There you go.
These are not intended as art. These are toys.
Yeah.
So people just need to
Toys-
stop complaining. Get over it. Don't buy them if you don't like them,
But
and shut up.
but you still think they're collectibles.
They are collectible.
Of course they're collectibles. They're toys.
But they're
All toys are
collectible by
collectibles.
definition of what the people have done to them.
When you buy a toy from NECA, which is a collectible toy company, do you think that they're art or do you think that they're toys?
I think they're toys.
Exactly. This is a company just like NECA. Funko and NECA are on the same level. Funko's probably making more money than
NECA's
NECA.
much better.
well,
But they have all the
quality-wise,
same
we're
thing as
talking about-
artists work at both of those companies making cool toys for people to buy. That's what these are. They're just toys. Everyone needs to calm down.
Have you guys had enough of the Funko Pop
Everyone
conversation?
I have.
Calm down.
Take it easy.
I've had plenty enough of this.
I've
'cause
had
it's
enough
not
too.
even it doesn't even need to be talked about.
No, because a lot of people talk about it.
A lot of people are talking about
A lot of people are stupid.
But you know what? It is something that us here behind the counter need to address and need to talk about because it's our opinions and it's what we do every week. Talk about opinions of toys. And this, whether you like it or not, is part of our culture and part of our world.
I challenge any of those people that complain to go through their house. I guarantee you they all have a pop.
A pop.
At least a pop.
Yeah.
Even if they're going to hide it from their friends and
Yeah.
hide it from all the people, they all have one because there's going to be something cool. Like,
There's
look,
gonna be
even if
something
you
for
don't buy
everybody.
any of the other ones, it's worth that little dude right there.
Yeah.
Like,
You know what?
The Dark Crystal one comes with a fizz gig too.
yeah, awesome.
You know what the great thing about toys is? Buy
Yeah,
what
we-
you like and forget what anyone else has to say about it.
And that's why these are successful because buy what you like, even if you don't like toys, even if you don't like art, even if you don't like anything.
They've got something for everyone.
You like South Park, and you like Bugs Bunny, and you like
Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses. So there's something for everyone.
Yeah, there's a whole rock.
So enjoy, people. Just geek out and just love and smell the vinyl. That's it. That's it.
Don't smell my vinyl.
So that's what we're saying.
All right, let's clean up this wall of pops and get to some
All right.
toys.
Ready?
Yeah, let's.
Click. There.
Whoa.
Done.
Forgot two.
What are
Those
those?
are not pop.
Moving right along.
Moving right along. There is a little website out there called Kickstarter.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, right. And on that website, where you help people create and produce, there's occasionally some toys on there. And George, you backed this one too.
I did.
This is a Kickstarter that came through, and it is called Mickey Monster by Vincent. Is it Scala?
I'd say
Scala?
Vincent Scala.
Vincent Scala.
Scala.
And I remember this Kickstarter, and I'm like, oh man, I need to do everything to make sure that this happens. So I backed it originally just for the Mickey, the regular Mickey figure, the regular Mickey monster figure, and then I'm like, nah, I got to make sure that this goes through. So I then backed it for me to get the black one also, and the black one actually is only 50 pieces, and it came through. It happened. Like sometimes these Kickstarters take a long time, and sometimes they don't even go through even after they collect your money.
So this is this guy's first time ever trying to produce a toy.
Right.
Trying.
Now, the only reason when I first saw this campaign, the only reason I backed it was because it was around the same time we were in the production on your Crayola Monster figure.
Okay.
And he had a very similar thing. He had a very similar thing going on with the teeth that we were facing, and I knew from his design that he would never be able to do it. So I was like, all right, I'm going to back this to see what he does in production, just to see how he handles it.
You backed him out of spite?
No. I want to see. The great thing about Kickstarter
$35. Let's see what you do.
you get to follow people's progress and see how they handle things.
Yeah.
So I was interested to see how he would handle this production hiccup, because this is his first toy.
What's the production hiccup? The teeth?
If you look at the
open mouth.
actual design for
Right.
this, these teeth are big, pointy, sharp teeth that are like all over the place.
Yeah.
That and this is a little shaved down nub. This is nothing like the original art.
Yeah. There you go.
So I wanted to see what he was going to do with that.
You see, I thought you were going to complain about the seams.
Well, I mean, we can complain
I thought
about
you were going
that
to complain
too.
about the paint.
We could complain about that too.
About how the eyeballs are really shiny and everything else is dull, and there's no defining
No,
line
I
between
don't-
the
I
eyebrow
actually-
there,
I
and it's
actually don't.
overlapping. And I bet.
Look,
We can complain about the uncleaned up digital model. We can complain about the bad paint. We can complain
I
about
actually
the fact
I
that it
like the
doesn't
black one
stand.
better than this one.
well, because there's only 50 of them, the factory probably took, and there's no paint applicant on it, the factory probably took a little bit more time on that. You know what?
We complain about the bad packaging and the half a blister so that the paint rubs off on the package. There's a lot to complain about on this, but it's his first toy.
Right.
He's probably stoked, and congratulations to him. He got it made, and it's
You know
here.
what?
It got delivered.
I think even if it wasn't a first toy, I think for a limited edition vinyl toy made by an independent artist, all by himself, I think that this is still pretty damn good.
I think it's fantastic.
You
With
know?
all those things you just bullet pointed, I think those are great.
But if Vincent is
balance.
watching, I would recommend one thing for your next figure.
Go with a production company that makes toys.
Yes. What I would say is work with a company. Clearly, you have great ideas. Clearly, you've got art that
Did he have a great idea, or did he just steal Mickey and Minnie?
But come on, he made it into a monster figure, and everybody thought it was fun. And
Did they?
what? You got something to say to cause too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, it's a fun idea. And what I would say is that for the next round of toys, if you're going to continue to make these things, go with a production company, and they will help you even probably fund the project. And even though you can still do it on Kickstarter, but they'll make sure that quality control is there with the factory. They'll make sure that the packaging is done right.
Are they shelf worthy?
No. And it's a great successful Kickstarter. He got the product delivered.
Yeah, good. That's
Oh, and also, we'll continue. Are they shelf worthy? Do you, Jack?
I like the black one.
I'm gonna put them on my shelf. So
I don't like the color one. To me, it makes it look like you're making fun of Mickey, or you're like you hate Disney or something like
but
that.
that's what the black one was doing too.
No, the black one's more like suggestive and more artistic than this, because it's literally like George said, it's a copy of Mickey, and I don't like that because I like Mickey and I love Disney, so don't you dare. So the black one to me is more like a different thing. It's kind of like the War Mouse. Like
Right.
the War Mouse is not Mickey at all. It's just a mouse or a rat. So this makes it like, look what I did to Mickey, bro.
So best
Down
two
with
out
the
of,
system.
shelf worthy. Best 2 out of 3.
No,
No, it's not shelf. Yeah, it has to be 3. That's it. It's not shelf
Yeah.
worthy. Moving on.
All right. So we're gonna
Let's
have
go.
one last little quick one before we end this episode,
What do we got?
and we've got E.T. the Excavating-Terrestrial.
Okay.
What?
So
That's not right.
let's first tell the story of what this is. 'Cause
I'm
there's
not
a
even
story
gonna,
about
I'm
it.
not going to open this.
You can't open
No,
it.
you can't.
Because
That's an in the
yeah.
package toy. That's the way it stays. And I believe this one should stay that way as well. But it also is a pin.
Well, but these things you have
you could
to.
open
That's
and-
part of the whole art is the package.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are made by Special Ed Toys. And Mock Joe's did the art, did the card art and all that.
Okay.
Ben, do you know the story behind the ET Atari cartridge and it being buried in the landfill in New Mexico, I believe, right?
No.
So
I don't.
when ET came out
This is crazy, man.
for Atari, it was rushed into production and it was a terrible game when it came out.
That was the video game.
It was
The
an
Atari
Atari
game.
cartridge.
Atari video game.
Before our time.
And it's actually
But go ahead, old George.
that's
Tell us
what
about
that's what it was kind of it looked like. That's what the game
Atari,
looked like.
Atari realized the failure and basically pulled all the games that were left on the shelves because they were sold. I mean, I played this game when I was
Some
a kid.
people have them out there.
But it all got pulled, and in the middle of the night, in the dark, in the secret, they drove them all to a landfill in New Mexico.
It's true.
Oh my god.
And dumped them and buried the cartridges. Just dumped the whole like it never happened. Buried it.
And years later,
And now 20-something years later, 30 years later, however far it is,
30, yeah,
these guys made a documentary. You can watch it on Netflix, I think.
of how they discovered
found-
them.
they
it was
found
an
the plot.
archaeological site.
Yeah, they found the plot in the New Mexico dump. They figured out where it probably would have been dumped on the date that it was dumped, like what section
Brilliant.
of the
It's
park.
What is this?
Brilliant.
This is the Titanic we're searching
Yeah,
for or
Dude,
something?
Now
you
listen.
have no idea how collectible this is.
They dug them up and they found them. It
No.
happened because it was always a rumor. Like,
Yeah.
did this happen? Did they really do this? Did Atari dump these cartridges? No one knew
gotta
for
watch.
sure. And they found it and they did it and they found them and now the dump was like, thank you for finding all of those, and they took them all and they started selling them on eBay
it's
with
their
with
site.
certificate of like
By law, it's their
authenticity.
area. So
No.
it was, yeah.
This is what ET looked like in the video
Yeah, it's the
game?
8-bit
Yeah.
or the 1-bit. How many
That-
bits is that? 4
That,
bits?
ET.
that is awful.
I know. That's why
I
they
couldn't-
buried it.
I was like, where's ET? Like, where?
No, it
That
looked
was
great,
ET.
dude. And
No.
his little neck would go.
That was ET. Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And so
I don't know if he had a little,
Okay.
little thingy on like the pin does, but
no, that was it.
All right, so now that I know the backstory,
How amazing are
look
these
at
toys?
the little cartridges
And
in there.
that's
The
pretty
cartridges are
freaking
inside.
cool.
They're
That's-
floating around in the sand. How amazing is that toy?
$35 shipped for these little guys.
Shipped?
$35 shipped,
great.
and then the pins are 10.
I love the art in the back. Them dumping it into, and then the
The
two
little ET landfill.
I love Special Ed Toys always has nice packaging for their pins like that. And
Yeah,
they
he
do the
does a lot of
little
cool-
boxes and all that stuff.
poor ET.
Isn't that amazing?
These are pretty cool.
So I think
had
everybody
no
needs to get one of these
idea.
guys because I think this is amazing.
I had no idea about that whole story. That is amazing.
And I'm
when-
pretty sure he sold carded ones too, and he actually did the sand in the carded.
Wow.
Like these are just like
genius.
little. He had like some extra
I need
castings.
to really
and-
follow like Special Ed Toys. Some of the things that they do.
Yeah.
If they ever do anything Back to the Future, you have to tell me right away.
I'll try and remember.
How can
All
you
right,
forget?
so that's it for this episode.
Wow.
Oh wait, shelf worthy? I mean, it's only got a day, so it's coming back with me anyway. but-
Yeah, it's shelf worthy.
Shelf worthy.
I mean, I'm putting it on my shelf.
Ding! Yeah, yay. Oh, don't look so sad.
That's about it.
Now, there's one more thing.
Wow.
To, kind of let the people know. DeKevin.
I heard of
Was-
him.
Kevin.
DeKevin was at 5 points.
Kevin.
5 Points Festival in New York City. So, I believe he got some footage for us.
Did he?
Yeah, and since we don't have an artist guest this time to do a little sketch for us, we have a special treat for you guys. Take a look at some of the cool footage that our very own DeKevin took at 5 Points Festival.
And if he didn't get any, the space intentionally left blank.
Kevin. To you, Kevin.
Hey guys, wait. I am here at the 5 Points Festival here in New York, and let's go check out what's happening inside the building. Come on.